That's Licious. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is That's Licious. Today we're going to be smoking a pork shoulder. It's going to be great. It's nice outside, so let's get started. I just got your pork shoulder that you'd get at any big box store. Nothing special. It's like almost 6 pounds, so it'll probably take about 6 hours to cook, but on my smoker that equals 9. So first thing I'm going to do is just kind of trim a little bit of this fat off, because I'm going to put it in some beans, and it kind of helps like get all of your stuff in there. But you don't have to, like most of the time I don't. It's just if you're going to use it. Unless it's like huge. Like some of them come with skin on them. You probably don't really want that on there. So, put that off to the side, and then I just kind of pat it dry because we're going to smother it with like mustard. And you don't want it to be like real wet where all the mustard and stuff just slides off. Just going to throw that in your bowl because it's gross. Get your mustard. This is just cheap yellow mustard, whatever you got laying around. And just kind of slide that around. Make sure you get it everywhere because it's not really going to like do much for your flavoring. The vinegar might help it kind of break down a little bit, but it's literally just for your like stuff to bind to. Hang on. Alright, so this is just like a seasoning I make, kind of like an all-purpose kind of thing. It's just salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of like chili powder. You could put cayenne pepper in it if you wanted to like make it a little bit more spicy, but I got kids and a wife that think ice cubes are tangy, so they're not really getting much spice. And then so you just kind of like super get that everywhere, pretty thick, because a lot of it's gonna like sweat off while you're waiting to get your smoker heated up. And then right before you kind of throw it on the smoker, I usually just throw another like layer on because it's kind of gonna get sweaty from the salt. So just kind of get it everywhere. And then we're gonna flip it over, do the same thing on the back side. Some of that's rubbed off since we had to flip it. Alright, so at this point what I like to do is I inject them all. So what you want to do is get the cheapest injector you got, bitch about it for 10 years, and then just keep using it. So this is just apple juice and apple cider vinegar mixed together. I just kind of push that in there. Try to put as much as I can until it starts coming back out. Usually gets real like swelled up. And the vinegar will add quite a bit of flavor to the inside, and the apple juice has all the sugar in it, which the vinegar and the sugar kind of help break down meat. So that's pretty juicy. So, all right, so we're gonna let that sit here, get a little sweaty, and we're gonna go get our smoker lit up. Just put a little of this on it because it'll have washed off from the juice. And just kind of let it sit here while you're getting ready. And before I did all this, I brought it out this morning and just kind of let it come up to like room temperature. Because you don't want to throw like a really cold piece of meat on the smoker because the outside will get cooked, the inside will not. So you kind of want it to come up to like room temperature, and it should cook way even, like a lot more even. So just kind of let that sit here. I'm gonna go get the smoker fired up, and I'll be back. All right, here we are, guys. The smoker's all heated up. Usually running about 250. Just you can do 225, 250. You can go higher if you want. But I feel like this way cooks pretty well. It takes a pretty long time, probably about 6-7 hours. And then this is just a pellet style smoker. Just kind of put your meat in the middle with like your fat cap kind of down. And then when it's sizzling, you know it's cooking. So we're gonna shut it up, let it go for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we're gonna wet it down with like a spray of the apple juice and just kind of seasonings, and then just kind of let that run. And then we're gonna probably about 4-hour mark or so, we're gonna start temping it. Before I wrap it, I probably want it to get like 160 to 165, and then you just kind of wrap it up, throw some stuff in there with it, and then we'll move on. All right, guys, we're back out here. It's been about an hour since we popped it on there, so we got to wet it down. Just always check your pellets, make sure nothing, clogged or you're out. It seems that I run out a lot, and one time it caught on fire. But I'm just using competition blend pellets, the cheapest ones from anywhere. So it's just a mixture of woods. I think it's like cherry, oak, and whatever else hardwoods are. So there's what we're looking at, like about after an hour. Not much changed, a little crusty. And just kind of spray it down, just kind of get it everywhere. This is just a mixture of apple juice and apple cider vinegar. Just try to wet it down as much as you can on the outside, but you don't want to make it like sloppy. And then probably on the second one, the second spray after another hour or so, I'll probably throw a little bit more of that seasoning powders on it. And that's pretty much it. So you got a lot of time while you're smoking stuff. It's 75 degrees out here in February. We're in Indiana, so we're gonna go play all day. It's been about another hour or so. We're gonna just spray her down and sprinkle a little bit more seasoning stuff on it. It's starting to color up a little bit now, so it's starting to look pretty good. It's been on here for probably about a little over, maybe 2 hours, maybe a little more. Wet her down, sprinkle some flavor. Shut it up. You're losing a lot of heat when you're opening the lid, so try to do it quickly. What's up, guys? We're back here. It's been about almost 4 hours on here, a little under. I'm gonna check my pellets. They're pretty full. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it, and this time I'm gonna temperature it because I'm not sure what it's at, but it's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and temp it first before I spray it. And you just want to really go about midway through. See what you got. It's probably about, it's 127, so we still got a while before we're wrapping it, but let's go ahead and spray it. Kind of juice it back up. It. We're going to close it up and let it keep going. Alright, we're about to get out of here, so I'm going to spray this one last time. Probably the last time I spray it, like before I wrap it. So I'm just going to spray it. This is how it's cooking. It's actually looking really good. It's getting a lot of color on it. really starting to break down probably. But still got a ways to go. So we're still looking for about that 160 mark before we wrap it. It was about 140. So not yet, but we're getting there. So now we gotta go to work. Alright, welcome back guys. So we just got home from the gym. I checked it. We're sitting at about 160, 165. And we are going to go ahead and wrap it. I'm going to show you how I do it, what I put in the wrap when I do it. It's got really good color. It smells amazing. I'm very excited to eat it. It started raining outside and it got dark, so we're just going to pop this on here so that don't break. So I just kind of put it in there, and then I'll just kind of wet it down with my spray that I've been using all day. Just a little, just to put some moisture in there where it's cooking. So when you go to wrap it, or when you do wrap it, you can up your temperature in your smoker a little bit, because it'll it's wrapped, so it can protect it from the heat a little more, but it'll just kind of oven cook it a little more, so it can cook it a little faster. So just add a little bit more of this, but that's why you want to add your moisture, because you want to dry it out. And what I do is I add a little bit of butter, kind of like how I would cook ribs, like if you guys ever smoked some ribs. Just kind of put that in there a little bit. And then I just put some honey on it. And then it'll kind of bark up a little bit. And just kind of fold these up. And just kind of fold your sides around. Kind of tuck them in. And use like the real big aluminum foil. And bring the other ones the other way. Tuck them around it. And just kind of tuck all where it all kind of stays. And then from this point, we are going to cook it to about 198 degrees to 200 internal. And then we should be super soft and ready. All right, I'm gonna run this back out, throw it on a smoker, and we'll see you in a second. All right, guys. So it's all done. I've rested it for about 30 minutes. So whenever you get done, make sure, like I cooked this one down, it was to about 198 or so, 195. I pulled it off. At least let them rest for 30 minutes. Better an hour, but I'm real hungry. So it's all rested now. We're going to go ahead and pull into it and see what we got. This bone should come out real easy. Boom. Ooh, that's hot. Look at that. I'm just kind of scrape all that off. See that? The bone comes out clean. That means it's good. And then we got all this leftover juice, so we're going to pour all that back on it once we cut it up and things. Ooh, that's hot. That's Licious. And it's really good. You guys ought to give this a try. Comment down below if you do. See if you like it. Let me know what you did. Thanks for watching, and we'll do another one another time.